What if Marilyn Monroe was still setting trends in 2026? I mean, imagine her timeless glamour, not as some historical artifact, but really as a living, breathing style icon, just radically reimagined for right now. Today, we're embarking on this really captivating deep dive. We want to envision Marilyn Monroe's fashion legacy, pushing way beyond just, recreating the past. How could her spirit really thrive today?
Yeah, and this deep dive, it offers a speculative vision, but it's incredibly vivid, I think. It really tackles that fascinating question. What would Marilyn Monroe wear today?
It's a journey that explores how true elegance isn't static. It's, eternal, it evolves, and it can always surprise us.
That's exactly it, isn't it? That's the heart of it. What if Marilyn Monroe were celebrating her 100th birthday in 2026? How would her famously alluring curves, the luxurious fabrics, that undeniable aura of confidence, how would all that adapt to our current really fast-paced fashion landscape? It's more than just the clothes. It's about this huge cultural force adapting to a completely new era. And what a legacy to build on. I mean, when we look back, our defining 1950s style moments, they're just etched into our minds, aren't they? You immediately think of that iconic pleated white halter dress from the 7-Year Itch, or the dazzling pink gown, from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. But it wasn't only the red carpet stuff. Her sophisticated off-duty looks, too, the cashmere sweaters, the capri pants. They still have such a profound influence on runways and celebrity wardrobes today. So our deep dive is going to carefully tease out these contemporary twists, bringing that classic elegance with, cutting-edge future trends, showing how her pioneering spirit for self-expression can keep breaking molds in really unexpected ways.
Okay, so if we're really bringing Marilyn's spirit into 2026, the question naturally turns to her wardrobe. What would be the foundational pieces, the absolute essentials for a modern icon who still commands all that attention?
Well, we absolutely have to start with the new white dress. It's not just about, copying her iconic white halter. Our sources suggest a 2026 version crafted from innovative, really sustainable fabrics. Imagine upcycled silk blends that feel incredibly luxurious, or maybe even plant-based vegan leather for a modern edge. And what's really exciting is the idea of smart textile technology woven in fabrics that could actually adjust to temperature, making the dress functional as well as beautiful, relevant for, any climate.
That's a really innovative take. But how do you make sure that kind of design, maybe asymmetrical with cutouts, still captures that quintessential Marilyn allure? How do you keep it flattering, her kind of flattering, without it just being a passing trend?
That's precisely the challenge, isn't it? And maybe the genius of the reimagining. The cut would be futuristic, yes, but strategically flattering. We're talking about an asymmetrical design, perhaps, with subtle, artfully placed cutouts. They'd echo her original playful defiance, rather than just being overtly revealing. It's more about showing strength and confidence, emphasizing the curves she famously celebrated, but with a modern sort of architectural precision that feels entirely fresh, highlighting the body as art, which was always part of her message, I think.
Right, okay. And beyond the fabric and the form, her jewelry was always such a monumental statement. So how do we take diamonds are a girl's best friend and make it sing in 2026?
Diamonds reimagined would definitely be the theme. The focus would shift quite dramatically, I think. We'd likely see lab-grown diamonds, ethically conscious, environmentally friendlier set in minimalist sort of sculptural settings. This would emphasize the stone's own brilliance without needing, excessive ornamentation, letting the diamond itself be the art. It's about quality and clean design, a statement of considered luxury.
So the focus moves from that overt opulence towards something more conscious, more refined. But would Marilyn, who loved a grand statement, would she really embrace pure minimalism? Or would there still be room for that signature extravagance?
That's a critical point, yeah. While a refined minimalism suits a modern aesthetic, Marilyn's spirit definitely had that touch of bold drama, always. So for those truly show-stopping moments, we could absolutely envision exquisite, bold statement body jewelry. Imagine pieces intricately adorning the décolletage or maybe sweeping across the back, all made from ethical, traceable materials. This isn't just a necklace, it's like an extension of the gown itself. A new way to highlight her form with a conscious, artistic flair. It would be breathtaking, still utterly luxurious, but in a very 2026 way.
It sounds like a really complete vision, from the materials right through to the design. But Marilyn wasn't just about the red carpet glam, was she? She had such an iconic everyday look, too. What about her casual style? What would a 2026 Marilyn wear for, casual chic?
For her casual chic wardrobe, yeah, our sources point towards elevated athleisure that really redefines comfort. Think luxurious cashmere tracksuits, or maybe elegant silk loungewear sets. Pieces that offer incredible comfort, but without sacrificing any sophistication. It's about moving seamlessly, maybe from brunch to a relaxed meeting, always looking impeccably put together.
So elevating comfort into a kind of luxurious art form. But how do we distinguish her take on it from what we already see everywhere? What's the unique Marilyn stamp on that kind of style?
That's where the unexpected details come in, reflecting her playful personality. We'd also see perfectly tailored separates, like wide-leg trousers paired with cropped blazers, but with a really distinct playful edge. Perhaps unexpected iridescent accents that catch the light, or subtle holographic prints maybe hidden in a lining or on a cuff. These aren't just clothes, they're expressions of her character, showcasing comfort and sophistication for everyday life, letting that magnetic personality shine through even when she's relaxed. Imagine that little sparkle when she gestures.
Yeah, I can picture that. Now, beyond the clothes, her hair and makeup were so crucial to her whole persona. That iconic look, instantly recognizable. How would those elements evolve for today without losing her essence?
For the new blonde, we'd definitely move beyond that uniform, stark platinum, and the modern interpretation would be much more nuanced, I think. Imagine shades like subtle balayage, those natural, hand-painted highlights, blending seamlessly maybe with softer, natural root blends. Or perhaps a creamy mushroom blonde, or even soft rose gold hues. It's about a more sophisticated dimensional blonde that still captures that luminous, captivating quality she had.
So, still undeniably blonde, but with a contemporary twist. More depth, plays with light differently. How would that translate into styling, though? How do we keep the Marilyn volume and softness without it looking, well, dated or too retro?
The styling would be just as fresh. We could see textured bobs with effortless, almost undone waves, perhaps. Or maybe sleek, high ponytails with intricate braids for a more polished look. Even sophisticated updos that maintain her famous volume and softness would feel lighter, more architectural, probably less rigid than those 1950s styles. It's about maintaining her essence, that sensuous, soft allure, but embracing modern trends in hair artistry, prioritizing movement and natural texture.
And that signature red lip and winged liner, I mean, that was her quintessential beauty statement. How would those translate for a 2026 Marilyn?
Her makeup would certainly evolve, probably highlighting her natural radiance more. We'd likely see a strong focus on luminous, almost glass skin foundations, aiming for that dewy, reflective glow that speaks to health and youthfulness naturally. And instead of maybe a heavy, precise winged liner, perhaps feathered, bold brows would take center stage, framing her eyes with a softer kind of intensity. Or we might see unexpected pops of vibrant, maybe jewel-toned color on the inner corners of her eyes, allowing her natural beauty to really shine through, but with a fresh, sort of artistic sensibility. It's celebrating her features, with modern artistic touches hinting at that playful side.
It sounds like it's about emphasizing her inherent glow.
Yeah.
With strategic, bold accents. But really, what was her most important accessory? It feels like it wasn't something you could buy, something she carried within her.
You're absolutely right. It was the unseen accessory, her unapologetic confidence and playful attitude. That wasn't just about feeling good or looking pretty. It was a radical act of self-possession back then. These intangible things, her magnetic charm, her undeniable self-assuredness, her ability to command attention just by walking into a room, they were far more important than any specific dress or diamond she ever wore. They were the engine of her allure, really.
So if that's the core of it, how would that translate into 2026? How would we see that confidence and playful attitude today in a world that's so different?
Well, in 2026, her confidence wouldn't just be a polished digital presence. It might manifest in challenging norms with, a captivating, almost mischievous wit in interviews. Imagine her using social media not just for glamour shots, but for authentic, maybe vulnerable moments that show a deeper humanity beneath the sparkle, making her more relatable. She might use her platform to amplify causes she believes in or engage in witty banter with fans, always with that underlying intelligence and charm. Her playfulness could come through in viral, spontaneous moments, maybe even self-deprecating humor that disarms people. Her essence would shine through everything she posted, making her approachable, yet still aspirational.
This raises a really important question. Even without the specific reimagining we're talking about, how does Marilyn's influence subtly weave through current trends right now? She's still everywhere, isn't she? In pop culture, in fashion.
Her influence is truly profound, yeah. It's evident in what we could call runway echoes. You can definitely identify how haute couture and ready-to-wear collections subtly nod to her aesthetic season after season. We're seeing a significant resurgence of hourglass silhouettes, for example. elegant draping that beautifully accentuates the female form, just like she did. There's also the incorporation of luxurious satins, opulent faux furs, crucially, faux now, and dazzling sequined embellishments. Designers keep pulling from her playbook, finding new ways to interpret that classic Hollywood glamour for today.
And we see it beyond the runways too, don't we? It's not just high fashion, it's right there in everyday celebrity culture.
Absolutely. Celebrity style spotting frequently reveals contemporary figures channeling a distinct Marilyn-esque vibe. Whether they do it consciously or unconsciously, you see it in their choice of form-fitting gowns, those glamorous tumbling waves in their hair, or maybe a captivating blend of vulnerability and strength in their public persona. Think of modern pop stars adopting a playful sensuality, in their videos or stage presence. Or actresses embodying that classic elegance and compelling mystique on the red carpet. Her spirit really lives on in today's icons because her appeal is just so fundamentally human.
What's fascinating here is how her original trailblazing still speaks to us today. She was doing things back then that were genuinely revolutionary, pushing boundaries, and those actions still resonate so profoundly.
Indeed, Marilyn was truly breaking the mold. Her groundbreaking embrace of her own femininity and sensuality unapologetically, joyfully, was revolutionary for her era. It challenged societal norms about what a woman should be. And it still profoundly resonates with today's body positivity and self-expression movements. She didn't hide, she celebrated.
So in many ways, she was kind of an original champion of self-love and confidence, giving women permission to be themselves decades before it became a widespread movement.
Precisely. Her impact is seen in how she continues to inspire individuals across generations to celebrate their unique bodies and personal styles with confidence and authenticity. Breaking those conventional beauty norms, she gave so many people permission to just be themselves, to embrace their power and their vulnerability, and that message is perhaps more vital than ever in our complex world today. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, Marilyn Monroe's enduring appeal really lies in her multifaceted charisma, her raw vulnerability that made her so relatable, and her just indelible cultural impact. It solidifies her status as an icon who truly transcends time. She remains powerful, captivating, constantly reinterpreted.
Yeah, her whole journey from Norma Jean to Marilyn, her public struggles, her undeniable talent as an actress, a performer, it all continues to inspire conversations about fame, identity, the sometimes heavy price of celebrity. Her image persistently inspires designers to create collections blending that vintage glamour with modern sensibilities. Artists interpret her iconic face in new ways, and individuals embrace glamour, confidence, and individuality in their own lives because of her. She really is timeless, a perpetual muse.
This whole imaginative journey through a 2026 Marilyn really proves that iconic style, when it's deeply rooted in a powerful personality, it's truly eternal. It kind of makes you wonder, what other legends, whose spirits were just as bold and boundary-breaking, could we see reimagined in a similar way for today? Who else deserves this kind of future-forward treatment?
That's a fantastic question to ponder. Gets right to the core of why these figures remain so compelling, doesn't it? So we encourage you listening to share your own Marilyn at 100 style predictions. Maybe a modern twist on her famous sequin dress, or a new take on her signature walk. Or simply tell us your favorite Marilyn moments. What stands out to you about her timeless legacy, and why does she continue to capture our imagination? We'd love to hear your thoughts.